Hello my friends, I'm John Laspina, the Carnivore teacher, here again to talk to you about bags and boxes with barcodes. What could I possibly be talking about with bags and boxes with barcodes? I'm talking about ultra-processed food. Ultra-processed food is all over the world now, which is why we call it the standard world diet. Boxes with barcodes and a paragraph of ingredients, or bags with barcodes with a paragraph of ingredients, is an ultra-processed food that a factory made from a very wealthy company who advertised to get your business. And I'm here in this video today to tell you to consider not consuming any of that kind of food. And you know what I'm going to say if you watch my video. Well, what can I eat if I can't have macaroni and cheese or cereal or things that come in a box or a package? Well, I take my shopping cart and I push it around the edges of the grocery store where all the meat and the fish and the dairy and the eggs are. And I spend most of my time there looking at prices and sales and price per pound. And I buy ground beef, I buy ribeye steaks, I buy New York strip steaks, I buy picanha, I buy sometimes on the holiday a prime rib if it's on sale, standing rib roast. I buy chuck eye roasts, chuck eye steaks, which is the poor man's ribeye. They're pretty cheap, chuck eye, loaded with delicious marbling fat. In the beef category, there's so many options. I buy all kinds of beef, and included in that I buy ground beef. Ground beef is a staple. I get the fattiest ground beef I can find. I do. Some YouTube influencers suggest that if you're not buying grass-finished ground beef, to get the leanest ground beef and add your own fat to it. That's a good tip. Sometimes I do that, but I find that the fatty ground beef, the 70-30 or the 60-40, if you can even find that, the chuck, it's cheaper by the pound. Now it's $1.10 a pound or less versus the leaner ground beef. It costs more, and I'm a cheapie. I don't want to spend a lot of money. In the pork category, I do have bacon that I honestly have once a month. I cut down on my bacon. I love bacon. I have the bacon fat saved in the refrigerator that I use to cook other things. So I have the bacon flavor to cook my shrimp and stuff. It's delicious. In my eggs. But I don't eat as much bacon as I used to because it's higher in omega-6 fatty acids, which are okay because it's still carnivore. I will buy one sausage that they sell at our store. I shop in South Florida at a store called Publix, and they have bratwursts. They have all these other sausages, and when you read the ingredients, they're full of crap. Sugar, high fructose corn syrup, all the starches, right? And some of the seasonings that are high oxalate. But I found this one sausage in this one store that is basically just pork, salt, water, and then it does say natural flavors at the very end. And when natural flavors is included in a list with other healthy things, it can be trusted more than if it's in a list of all these unhealthy things. And so every 2 weeks or so, we have brats on the grill. They're really good. They're so delicious. And these are really natural. You could tell they're not full of all that crap. Then in the poultry section, yes, I do have chicken once a week approximately for dinner. Either a whole chicken, a fryer, or I get chicken wings. I eat the skin. I want more fat. The thighs, the wings are the best part. And I honestly, when I make the whole chicken, when that chicken breast is left over, which I don't even eat the chicken breast, I use it with my homemade mayonnaise that I made with bacon fat, and I'll make a chicken salad with it. I'll grind it up, put some hard-boiled eggs in there, put some salt, and take the chicken, break it up, and I make chicken salad with that leftover so it's all fatty. Then I buy lamb loins, which are a cheaper version of lamb chops. Lamb loins look like little mini T-bone steaks. They're absolutely delicious. There's other parts of the lamb that I have purchased and tried and bought. It's a real fatty cut of delicious meat that sometimes is affordable, sometimes it's too pricey. Sometimes I buy kefir or yogurts, but I don't usually eat that. I buy pasture-raised butter. I buy Kerrygold butter, or there's other brands that are local to my Publix grocery store that say Irish butter on them, and they are delicious. I read ingredients on everything because they might sneak something in there, and it's clean and it's delicious. I put butter on almost everything, and I cook in a lot of butter. Very good for you. Sometimes I'll buy Parmesan cheese, goat cheese. Creamy goat cheese is delicious. And pork rinds that are fried in their own fried out fat, not seed oils. If I'm buying an oil in the oil section, it's lard, which I save anyway, or it's ghee. I get ghee, I buy butter, that's about it. I don't touch any of those other oils. The standard world diet is full of toxic ingredients that have lots of seed oils, lots of carbohydrates, lots of sugars, and colors, additives, preservatives, flavorings, shiny sprays, all these things to keep it fresh, to keep it looking pretty, and to make it colorful, and to enhance the taste. A lot of monosodium glutamate, which is not good for you. All those chemicals, that's what that paragraph is on ultra-processed food. And they've got to stamp all their warning messages if they are made in a factory that processes peanuts and nuts and dairy for people so they don't get sick and die of anaphylaxis and their throat closes up. Stay away from boxes and packages with barcodes and paragraph of ingredients. I mean, I know there's barcodes on the meat because they have to scan it to sell it. I just mean stay away from ultra-processed food and stay with the foods that our ancestors ate for millions of years, which is just beef. It's lamb, some pork and poultry, fish. I forgot to mention fish. I buy wild sockeye salmon. I buy wild caught shrimp. Everything's wild when it comes to fish. I don't know if you're aware of the salmon that's farm raised. It's gray, and they have to inject artificial color to turn it pinkish red. It's gray because they're feeding in these runways, the fish hatcheries. They're feeding this farm-raised salmon chicken poop and grains. The fish are eating grain. They get fatter. They're fattier meat. You know, farm-raised salmon's fattier, and it's very light in color. And to me, the flavor doesn't taste as good. You're getting less omega-3 fatty acids in farm-raised fish. When you get wild caught, it's bright red because of the astaxanthin that's natural. They don't have to inject fake color into it. Those salmon ate other little fishies and ate plankton and ate the stuff that has the astaxanthin in it that gives it its color. They're not eating grains. Fish don't eat grains. Fish eat what they're supposed to eat instead of what the humans feed them in a farm. So stay with wild caught shrimp, wild caught fish, no matter what. I will have grass-fed but grain-finished beef because they have a rumen and it filters out a lot of the toxins. But when it comes to fish, which is a monogastric stomach, you want to eat wild-caught. I wish I could find wild chicken and pork that was the pigs ate naturally and they didn't feed it a bunch of crap, but that's hard to find unless you spend a lot of money on the internet. So it's hard nowadays. It is. It's very hard in our world to eat properly because everything around us is boxes and packages with a paragraph of artificial ingredients and added ingredients and carbs and sugars and seed oils. It's making a lot of people sick and fat and unhealthy. It's contributing to cancer and other diseases. Stick with the ancestral, proper human diet, and you will remain healthy and you will heal any problems that you do have currently. I'm John Laspina. I'm the Carnivore teacher. Click the thumbs up, please, and click the share button if you like this content. And you have a wonderful day.